Alright guys, we are doing some second stage KC Cup Shiranui. I got the 10k dual points that usually confirms you're going to be in 10k overall in just the rankings. And that's where you start to get the title, so that's where I usually stop. But we're doing Shiranui because we are in somewhat of a tier 0 meta with Tachyon. So Shiranui has plenty of room for new techs. This is Mischief of the Gnomes. You guys have probably seen it everywhere. You guys were telling me about it in my comments. It's wild. You'll see it in a bunch of these replays. It's all over the KC Cup. It reduces the level of all monsters in each player's hand by 1, and then you can banish it from the graveyard and do the exact same. It's really strong, and it's disruptive to a lot more decks than just Tachyon. It will disrupt Shiranui. They can't use their skill. We can't use our skill because it requires level 4 to throw to the deck. So if this ruins it, you can't do anything. So there's a lot of instances where this is actually a real useful tech. And this tier 0 meta, it's pretty devastating. Another one I usually don't run in my Shiranui too much is Needle Sealing, but it really hurts. Sometimes, I mean, Tachyon will get 4 out just by themselves pretty often, and you can just Needle Sealing their entire field. They usually don't have a ton of protection for it, and they usually end up losing big. So, yeah, it was pretty cool. This was fewer duels than I usually do, 27. I'm usually like 40 a day. This was the first day. If I do any more, I'll update it, but I don't know that I have the stomach for it. We'll have to see, but the replays should be pretty good and entertaining. So we'll see how that goes from here. Let me know what deck you guys are using or what other crazy techs you're finding against the meta. Hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks for watching. Alright, and another Miser. That means only one of these replays was not Miser, and it was a Shiranui. So, tells you about the meta, guys. That's actually kind of insane that it was this pigeonhole, but that's probably why I saw so much success. It was just that simple. If I go first like this, you're just devastated. Just these two cards alone, the Needle Sealing and the Mischief, I could just set those and he would be in massive amounts of trouble. Is how easy Shiranui has to do with that. And then they just pump out lethal amounts of damage like it's nothing with single card combo starters. Sometimes you don't even need a card to start it. You can just go from your graveyard. So it leaves room for the massive techs. And going first, it's just over. There's nothing he can do. We have a live Skill Saga Supremacy. Warning point, Mischief is live immediately. Tachyon has to bounce super quick. This is the KC Cup in a nutshell, guys. Great stuff. Alright, Miser versus Miser again. It's kind of insane how many people are just playing scared. It's thanks to archive skills. So Konami's not going to look at it as too huge a problem. It's thanks to archive skills. But here we go. We got a good hand. We're going to be able to use our Needle Bug and search our traps. So really, that's a good field, even with that many monsters. Spectral Sword's going to banish the Spirit Master just for fun, as we're going to bring it out with the level 2. Just got to get 2 synchros on the board, or we thought he's going to hit us with an Effect Veiler. Now, you got to be careful with Tachyon. You can't use too many techs, or you're going to be in trouble. And he is Tachyon, so I don't see how Tachyon can have room for an Effect Veiler. It's going to be very tough for him. He even has Heretics in there as a level 8. Pretty wacky. Level 8 normal monster. He's setting. Flips it up. Special summons another of his own. That's a Needle Bug Sealing. I will gladly lose all our monsters. But we'll banish one as well, because we can't throw Solitaire into the graveyard with the Squire effect to draw. I will gladly do that. Oh, and Mischief is even better. We're able to Mischief Gnomes his final turn. So he wasn't... Look at this. So I banished... I threw away my Mischief, which is still a great play with Squire because you're able to banish it and get the same effect. He's got a Mischief. I top decked another Mischief. So, popular tech, effective tech in this KC Cup. It's really funny. I'm sure it'll evolve around this tech. And I don't know if I'm going to be there for it. I just like sucker punching people with this tech. We both have Mischief. I'm going to use Mischief again. What is this tech? What are these duels? It's just Shiranui versus Tachyon with Mischief everywhere. It's the funniest stuff. He finally has to scoop. Great stuff, guys. Alright, Miser versus Miser again. Miser? I don't know how he actually says his name. I'm just saying Miser. I am Shiranui. You gotta show him quick. You gotta use the Spectral Sword. We got the Gnomes. We got the Needle Sealing. We got monsters. He is Tachyon. He would have been absolutely devastated if we went first. If I just went first more than I went second, I would have had an over 70 win rate, but I went second a lot more than I went first in these 27 duels. I can guarantee that, well over half. So probably like, no joke, at least 18 times. It was that crazy. But yeah, so he's getting to freely do all his plays because I would hardly go first. But it was decisive. It was coin flip decisive, and a coin flip's obviously going to keep you around 50-50. But as you'll see by these replays, we won a significant amount of second turn duels as well. That's why Shiranui just have all the tools. Shiranui have been around for so long. They've been devastating for so long. They're one of the more hated archetypes all around. They come in and out of vogue, but they always tick people off. My probably most hated archetype of all time that was almost tier 0 was probably Fur Hires or something like that. That was the first really oppressive tier 0 archetype that came out, I would say. Not the first, but it was like negates, lots of negates. You could get Dyna locked out of attacking. It was the first deck really doing that kind of stuff. Anyway, we go with Solitaire. We set all our cards. We couldn't do anything because he negates our effect. We don't mind all that much. He's doing a Cypher Dragon. He's doing all that wacky stuff. Remember, we have the beautiful Needle Ceiling. So he will save. I think he tries to save the Cypher. We're gonna banish Solitaire. We now take no damage. Yeah, he saves the Cypher, but that negates his own effect. Not that it does anything. Nebula Dragon doing his stuff again, all that noise. Swinging. Not doing damage thanks to the Samsara. Spectral Sword, we're gonna banish the Spirit Master, means that boy's popping. Now it's not as daunting a field we gotta get over while we still make our plays. We bring out the 3 and we actually go for the 7. We don't go for the double summon from the banish pool. We go for the 7, that way we're going to get some popping off, or it looks like we're even going to use Squire. That was a bluff with an Into the Void. We throw away the Solitaire and get to set another compulsory evacuation. Fantastic top deck. He's down to 1200. We use the Mischief of Gnomes. He now can't do a thing. Compulsory him up, and he's super done. Great stuff, guys. Oh look, it's another Mizar versus Mizar. I mean, I didn't even need to put this deck on Mizar. Shiranui can go on anything, but it's good to like just pile it on Shokonami. Anyway, we're going first. We're starting with Mischief of Gnomes. We got our Samsara, so we don't gotta search it. We can search something like Squire. Throwing away Solitaire. It's gonna be a solid first turn. All you gotta do is get 2 Synchros into the graveyard to activate your skill. Then you can have your Link special summoning live on your opponent's turn. It works out really well. We even throw him in defense. We don't show his effect just to show we mean business. We bring out another 2 tuner, so it's live in the graveyard. Skill Saga Supremacy. Return the 2, bring 2 into the banish. So 2 from the grave, 2 to the banish. We get to bring out the biggest boy. We use our Mischief. He's going to Mind Control. Now I could have banished after using her special summon. I could have banished her with our Samsara and taken no damage, but we've lowered his levels. He's not going to be able to do anything. We even pop our own monster. He ends his turn. He quick scoops. It's so easy, guys. Great stuff. Oh, look, another Mizar. We're going second. Really, I went second so often. It's crazy how often I went second. We're showing Shiranui, though. Bet we have a great first turn hand. Would have been better to have the Mischief on the first turn hand, especially versus Tachyon. I mean, he won the coin flip, and we're still going to beat him. That's how far this deck really could have gone, because it's just absolutely unbeatable if you're going first, and you still have a great shot at a win going second. It's a bad sign for a tier 0 when all you need is the room to tech. Shiranui has always had the room to tech, so pretty devastating. Felgrand's fantastic card. Great card for them to pull out the first turn, but not when it's by itself. It has to be with more. You can't tech too hard into a Tachyon. You brick like this, and it's a very easy field for Shiranui to overcome. You gotta build the field with the monsters. You get the free negate. Just rely on that. Just rely on the free negate. Don't put in Book of Moons. Don't put in Effect Veilers. Don't do things like, see, I already knew. That's why he's bricking so hard. You don't have room for that. Tachyons need to spam the board. He didn't even get his negate, so now we get the mischief. He was way too slow. He's trying to use his skill, returns his Felgran. What a massive mistake. And virtually nothing he can do. He has to set 2 back row. Gonna get hit with another mischief. We're already threatening for massive lethal. He's in so much trouble. He got to go first. He just thought Book of Moons and Effect Failures were good in Tachyons. They're not. You have no techs. You either ride or die with the Tachyon. You use that massive weakness of relying on pure monsters who need a level, or you play a different deck. That's how this tier 0 deck's working. We destroy a Ice Dragon Prison. He did have live that he just never was able to use with this timing, and we finish him. Great stuff, guys. Boy, oh boy, we play a lot of Mizar. At least, I think we've only played one that wasn't Mizar. So, well, that's pretty crazy. But Archive skills make that a little crazier, but it is Tachyon. And look it, we're going... Or, this isn't Tachyon. Look who it is. Oh my goodness. It's the Live Twins. And he's doing wacky stuff, like turning Live Twins into Salamangreat. What am I looking at right now? This has got to be just an obnoxious deck. It's just an obnoxious deck, guys. I just don't like this deck. I love the aesthetic. I don't know if you guys saw the announcement of the new Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime. It's going to be focusing on the card lore, and they're going to do Live Twins, and their lore looks cool. It looks like the anime Panty and Stocking, kind of. But I'm all for that. It's just the way the deck plays. I am not for that. But, I mean, it's a strong, effective deck, so my hate is just hate. But I hate it. So here we go. We're going to clap it. We're bringing out the whole shebang. Look at all these monsters I'm bringing out. A whole field full. Now he's got to choose who he pops the Samurai Saga. Or, sorry, the Squire. Interesting choice. We bring out a Shogun Saga. We're going to banish the Samurai. Oh, no, we banished the Squire. I'm all over it. So we pull a new Needle Ceiling, throwing away a Solitaire, which is a great card to throw away. Then we bring out 2 monsters from our level 3 tuner. He's going to use Paleozoic to banish the Solitaire once again. Another Paleozoic to banish our biggest boy, but that's okay. We have a field full of Needle Ceilings. I don't care how many cards you're going to bring out. We got 2 Needle Ceilings. I'm going to compulse your one girl away. He's going to bring out another, but she gives you a +1, not a pop, when she's special summoned. So he special summons her immediately. She gives you the pop. I let him pop the 1 Needle Ceiling, because guess what? I got 2 Needle Ceilings. You just got to get 3 monsters out. He hasn't done it yet, but eventually he will. Now we start with the Spirit Master. It's going to bring the 3 from our graveyard. He's going to Dragon Prison, bring out our 2. It's a good way to get rid of tuners, but there's your mistake. You're using a Paleozoic. You're getting another monster on the field. You're going to get devastated. That's 3 monsters. Look at that. That's 4 monsters. So you guys know what that means. I'll pop my own Spirit Master. Thank you. I don't need your pop. Devastating move for him. End our turn. We're both in 1 card top deck. He's using his skill again to return his Link monsters. Doesn't matter. 6,000 life points over there, though, as he sets a back row. Squire Saga, fantastic card. Give me a 2 and a scoop. Great stuff, guys. Mizar vs. Mizar once again. Can you believe it? I can. We show him Shiranui style. We got another Spectral Sword, a bunch of monsters, but we do have a compulsory. We're going second regardless. He only sets 2. That's not a big field. He's got a Mischief of Gnomes of his own. We can't use our skill. We're only level 3. But we can bring out another level 3 tuner to keep the plays going. We're going a backdoor Samurai Saga. Pretty wacky. He's got an Ice Dragon Prison. So lots of back row. Tachyon doesn't have room for back row. You need lots of monsters for Tachyon. That's why they're a simple meta to counter. You need lots of monsters. You do not have a lot of room for techs. So if you work in a lot of techs, you're going to work in a lot of bricks. And even with Mischief of Gnomes, we're going to still be able to continue our plays. I keep these monsters for the Samsara. That way we could banish the Spirit Master, get a pop, really just be devastating to the guy. He sets another back row. He's He's put too many techs into a Tachyon deck, and we got a Mischief of our own, so he's gonna turn into a lot of trouble. Now, he's got a Book of Munas. That's okay. We got our own Mischief. We banish the Solitaire. It's gonna bring us a monster, level 3. And there's the Squire Saga. He's going to scoop for us. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's Quattro. We're going first. I think he's Shiranui. I believe so. He is. So Shiranui versus Shiranui. You do play that a little different, and we don't really have a great hand, but going first is absolutely devastating. So going first is huge. We get our Samsara and a warning point. We're going to banish here. We already have another Spectral Sword in hand, but I still might bring it out. Or no, Squire can't special summon from hand, huh? So we're gonna have to use the double banish. Or no, we can't even use the double banish, so we just gotta use the 2. It'll be okay. Solitaire's the same thing. No, I do bring the 2 out from my hand. I am really confident in this play. So we're going with Supremacy. Now you gotta just send the 2 Synchros from your graveyard. Send 2 Synchros to your banish pool. That enables her effect to special summon it to where she points to get a pop. He's got a Gold Sarka pop. We're going to protect ourselves from the pop with the Sun Saga, so we're not using them for a pop, we're using them for pop protection. Gold Sarka is not good in Shiranui. Book of Moon, I'll just tell you right now, we're going to Samsara. Okay, he's gone, he's banished. We dodged the Book of Moon. Her effect will be live again. We will bring him back out as long as we don't die. We warning point the Squire. Probably not going to die. It's going to be pretty hard for him. He's going to use Successor, throw away a Samurai, so that's good because Samurai doesn't really do much. When he's banished, things are going well. There's not even room for Samurai in our deck, so he's using this Doomkaiser Dragon, which will special summon my tuner. It's excellent for the mirror match, but I don't know as well. This I don't get why people do as much. I do see it often. It's always backfired on them every instance, giving me the tuner back. Even if you get a +1, just a terrible play, and he uses the +1 just to do that. Just a bad play. Vampire Vamp is great in normal zombie decks. You do not need her in a Shiranui deck. There's no room for her, guys. I mean, the other stuff, the Kaiser maybe in the mirror match, because it brings it to your side, but her bringing it to the opponent's side, it's you don't need it. Anyway, we bring out our own Shogun Saga, we swing over her. He's going to take no damage with Synthesis anyway. Now he's going to get a +1 from Synthesis, but he's looking thin over there, and he's staying thin. Setting another back row, we were going to pop it, and he scoops for us. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are, Miser versus Miser. Definitely see that a whole bunch. We're going first. I can guarantee you I went second a lot more than I went first with this deck, so we'll see how it goes. We got Needle Sailing, we got Mischief of the Gnomes, plus more back row, plus the Solitaire to start us off. This is a really good hand, obviously, don't gotta tell you much. And if he's Tachyon, he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. This actually might be an instant scoop, which is where Mischief of Gnomes really just goes hard. Yeah, crazy type. When did we get this card? I'm not even quite sure. But it usually takes a tier 0 meta for something like this. I'll always remember when Kawaki Miru were tier 0, and they just worked out a bunch of wind stuff to stop the Maximus and stuff like that. I wonder how Kawaki Miru are doing. I should probably check. Anyway, I talked through the entire play. So the point is getting 2 in your graveyard. Get your Link out, get 2 in the graveyard, and then you use the skill to get these 2, and then you can special summon this guy, get a pop all on your opponent's turn, and you can use Mischief of the Gnomes. So we sold a pop, 2 other back row. He scoops immediately as soon, and that's a straight up surrender, as soon as we use Mischief of Gnomes, guys. That's how ridiculous this meta is stacked to Tachyon. Through this tech, this one tech becomes so powerful, it's pretty funny. And you guys likely have it, because it's just a normal. So let me know what other fire techs you guys are using. By the time this video comes out, there should be more KC Cup to play, so we'll have to see from there. Let me know how it's going, guys. Let me know what your DP is at. Let me know how everything's going, what are you using, and stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching.